Hi, I'm Tony here at McGill Marketing, and today we're going to demonstrate how to properly assemble a flex face sign.
The flex face sign that we're making today is a 20-inch sign frame. We're working with a 36-inch fabric. Our sign frame was measured, so the sign face would be 28 inches. Obviously, your signs will be much different dimensions. If we have a 28-inch sign frame and a 36-inch flex face fabric, we have measured from the outside in 2 inches as a starter point for your tension bars. And we recommend that you have 1 tension bar every foot. And how that is installed is you have 2 inches in from the outside perimeter, which is going to create a 4-inch from each perimeter to create your 28-inch face, sign face. And how the clips work is you have your tension bar, which looks like an arrow, and you put that right on your line that you've measured. You take the clip face up, you put it on, and all you do is snap it home. And what that does is it creates a tensioning system which will fit in the frame to provide rigidity all the way around the frame. Now, this tension bar will tend to move side to side, so we have the outside clips. But once you put these outside clips on, it's very difficult for the whole thing to move, and that's why it was designed that way. So we won't put those on right now. The second one, like I said, we recommend about every foot. We install the second one, and this process is perpetuated around the flex face. This entire system is designed for your most expensive part of the sign facing up. So your workers will be designing this and putting this together with the actual sign face facing up. When it's moved over to the frame, it's also tensioned face up, because obviously this is the most important part. We're going to continue around the sign and clipping these in, and obviously we would install these afterwards once we get it set in. The more bars you put in, obviously the more tension you're going to have within your sign. This only being a 28 by 28, we only need 3 or 1 every foot. It's all preference. We've come to the last clip on the flex face sign, and I'm going to install it. And what I also wanted to show you is how to remove it if we were to move clips and what have you. The clip is designed to have 2 release points. The first release point is with just a small screwdriver to be able to remove the tension bar. And all you do is brace the tension bar, as you can see, and you can just pull it right out, which you can move this anywhere you want, which doesn't affect your fabric and it doesn't affect your sign. The second release clip, the second part of the release clip is on the top, which I'll show you later, is when you put tension on it, you can remove it from the actual sign frame itself. Now, the advantage of going to a flex face is the fact that you have fabric up in your sign, so where if it was vandalized with a rock, it would obviously just bounce right off. If you had plastic sign up there or any kind of plexiglass, it would go right through. The second is it illuminates a lot better than plastic. You can do a lot more with fabric. You can put more logos and different designs, and it illuminates a lot different. And it really comes down to maintaining it. You can leave your frame up and actually at the job site just take the clips out and replace it with a whole nother design, so you don't have to do a whole new brand new sign and a whole new plastic. The next step is placing the fabric on your sign frame that you have measured from the previous measurements that I've given you. And how this works is the clips will fit right into the groove, and the extrusion from the side looks like this, and this is your groove. So your clip is actually fitting into this canal and locking into the teeth with the fabric in between it. And how that works is you just manually put it in there all the way around, And you're going to be working with a little bit extra fabric around, but that's okay because you're just going to be sticking it down inside the canal. Now the system and the actual extrusion itself is designed for a tensioning tool. The tensioning tool is designed to hook on to the extrusion, and then as you can see, you put pressure on it and it'll click it down. You would want to start from the inside out of tensioning, and it just clicks in. Now you just want to click it in to the first, till the teeth just catch it. Because then what that'll do is enable you to not have issues on the other side. It's a real simple process. Now, with your corners, all you're doing is folding it and sticking it down in there and just making it as clean as you can. Because the system is designed to tension on the sides, not on the corners. And you do this process all the way around until you get the surface by using the tension bar and clicking it into the first one, which you can already see is creating your sign face. And if you measured it properly, you'll see your entire face on top. And now I'm coming to the last two clips, and normally, as you can see, the face is very, very tight. And so there's a little trick where you can stick your screwdriver right on the tension bar. Just take a rubber mallet and send it home and it'll lock in. The harder it is to get in, the better, because then it's doing its job. Now, with this process, the clips, to remove it, you would just stick your screwdriver in there, push it up to release it, and the whole tension will come out. And you can do that on all of them, on the tension release. Just a screwdriver, you stick it in the clip, release it, and just pull the fabric out. On the corners, as you can see, as I showed you earlier, you can fold them in just nice and neat. Take your screwdriver, stuff it in the hole, and you have a nice pretty corner that hides any kind of flaw. Now obviously there's your flex face sign. So if your sign is 10 by 10, 20 by 20, the flex face is nice and tight. You can drive out to the job site, use your tensioning tool on each one of them and tighten it out in the job site. That's the beauty of this flex face sign system. Now, the fascia is designed, or excuse me, the extrusion is designed to provide a bleed face where you see the entire display, which that's what this fascia does. It just hides all the components. Or we have a 1.5 inch sort of picture frame look. All depends on what your customer wants and how the logo is designed. And that is just mechanically fastened to the extrusion. Now this system, as you can see, is designed to fit right onto any box that you have. If you have an existing box on a pole, you make this at your shop, you take it right out to the job site, slip it right onto the box that's existing, mechanically put it on there, and it's done. If you are working with a gas station sign where there's two poles, this system can retrofit to McGill's 8-inch, 10-inch, and 12-inch extrusion through the adapter that McGill will provide for you. It's mechanically fastened. The flex face sign, which is no different from this sign we just created, will fit right on there, and it provides a hinging module so you can service the sign without taking the face off. We have two extrusions that McGill is going to provide for you. One is this extrusion with the bull nose, which is the heavy duty. And then you have the lighter extrusion. If you're doing a 10 by 10 sign, you can, up to 10 by 10, you can use this extrusion. Anything bigger than 10 by 10, we recommend the heavier duty one because, as you can see, the sign supports itself. The actual sign frame creates its own rigidity for the sign itself and the flex face logo. Now, when you are hinging a flex face sign system, McGill will also provide you with brackets that will slide in, and you do this before putting the frame together. And what this does is it provides you to be able to put this anywhere in the sign you want to. You have one on top, one on the bottom. You take a square tube, a channel, anything that you have in your warehouse, and be able to mechanically put it together so when that face hinges, it's providing its own support, especially when you're dealing with a sign face that's over 10 feet in size. That same extrusion also will accept the bleed face, fascia on top, and also the picture frame. Now, installing, by making the frame, there are corner keys that can fit within your miter to provide more rigidity, and also when you have your 2.5 inch fascia, this will also create a nice corner key for you to provide your proper miter, for example. So you won't have any spaces, you won't have any issues, and with it mechanically fastened, it's not going to move. McGill will provide you with all the components, the corner keys, the side clips, depending on if you're providing, if you're having a hinge face, the hinge brackets or the support brackets, and also the tension bar, which you need to have when you're properly tensioning this down, either at your warehouse or on the job site.